Hello everyone, this is Eric.
And this is Sandy. So today, we will discuss assumption of risks in the Philippines. We will discuss certain risks that you will likely assume while living in the Philippines. When you come to the Philippines, one assumes various risks while being under its jurisdiction.
Before we get started, we'd like to ask that you be sure to hit the like button. It helps us help you. Also, if you'd like to receive more information about the Philippines, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we upload other videos. And last but not least, share this video with others who are interested in moving or retiring to the Philippines. Number one assumes the risk of faulty transportation in the Philippines and the resulting perils that can occur. For example, here in the Philippines, there are many types of accidents that regularly occur. For example, there are numerous bus accidents that occur quite frequently. Now, we're talking about head-on collisions and buses that run off cliffs. Many of them have large numbers of fatalities. There are also ferry accidents where the ferry will sink into the ocean, killing many people. These occur on occasion, and there's not a lot of information about it said on the news.
That's true. In the duration of how many years? Almost 3 years here living in the Philippines since we get back from the States. There may be 4 or 5 buses accidents that we have seen on the news. Aside from bus accidents, there are van accidents, like transportation vans. And just recently here in Cebu, there was this van which the tire exploded and all 18 passengers were insured, and I guess there were 2 dead in that accident.
Second, being underinsured is another significant risk here in the Philippines. For example, trying to purchase homeowners insurance or renter's insurance that includes a loss of use provision in the policy can almost be impossible. Not to mention the coverage for theft of personal property. These types of coverages are readily available in the States and will save you from catastrophic losses. For example, if a typhoon strikes your property, you will not be covered for loss of use of the property, whereby in the States you'll get coverage for the place you have to rent while your property is not in a condition for you to live in. This is very important because you're going to suffer quite a few damages from being away from your home. There'll be problems with you getting clothing. If you have a typhoon, you may need clothing. Some of your clothing may have been damaged. If there's a fire, your clothing could be damaged. And also there'll be a number of appliances in your home. You won't be able to stay there. You won't be able to cook. The electricity might not be working. So you'll need to rent something like a hotel or an Airbnb to get by until things are fixed. And if you don't have the loss of use coverage, you won't get any of that. You won't be reimbursed, or they won't make any allowance for those losses.
Yes, indeed. And for all of you know that Philippines is actually a typhoon country. What I mean by that is that we have several typhoons in a year here. So anything could happen. And the damages could vary as well. If the typhoon is strong, there will be flooding, there will be trees falling down, debris flying around. So you can expect your house to be damaged indeed.
Yes, and I was completely shocked when I found out, when I was asking for coverages for homeowners and renters insurance, that they didn't have a provision for theft loss. In the event that you're cleaned out If somebody takes all of your furniture, your jewelry, your clothing, household items, and appliances in a burglary, you won't get a dime for coverage for that loss. And
Mm-hmm.
that could be really catastrophic, and a lot of people won't be able to afford to go and rebuy all of those items at one time.
Next is one assumes the risk of bank error. Here in the Philippines, you can attempt to make a withdrawal from a Philippine ATM machine, and the machine will give you a receipt but will not give you the cash. And it actually happened to us like twice already.
I would say at least twice, maybe 3 or 4 times.
hmm And getting that money back is actually hassle.
Yes, you'll generally have to call your bank, maybe your U.S. bank if you're trying to get money out of your international bank account, and you'll have to dispute that transaction, and they'll take time to investigate it before you get that money back. So be prepared for that. That is something that occurs fairly frequently here.
And imagine if that happens to you on a Friday night, and then the next 2 days the bank will be closed. That will be a hassle in your end.
Yes, because you also want to go ahead and report it to the Philippine bank as well as your bank in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving forward, one assumes the risk of traffic conditions existing in the country. In some areas, traffic is chaotic compared to the US and some other countries. This can be very time consuming as well as pose more dangers. The amount of liability coverage required by law of most motorists is only 15,000 pesos. That's about 300 US dollars. The maximum amount we have been able to obtain thus far is 100,000 pesos, which is about 2,000 US dollars.
This means, folks, that if you are hit by someone, uh, if you're walking across the street and a car hits you, you can expect that maybe that driver may only have about 15,000 pesos or 300 dollars worth of coverage to pay for your bills, your hospital bills, and the like. At the most, he'll have is 100,000 pesos that we can see so far, and that's only $2,000. And your hospital bills could easily overrun that amount.
That's true. Finally, one assumes the risk of being charged more for the things than Filipinos. These can occur on a daily basis, or so what we call the skin tax.
That's right, folks. That's why you need to play the game called Hide the Foreigner. If you're getting some work done at the house, hide the foreigner in the bedroom, and that way you will get the Filipino price. If you are going to get some work done on your car, let your Filipino spouse take the car in. She'll give a much better rate. If they see your face, the price could go up many times what the original cost is.
That's true. Let me give you a good example. We have our air condition cleaned one time. And yeah, I was telling Eric to go ahead, go to the bedroom. And at that point, we actually have to get the AC in the bedroom cleaned as well. So they end up seeing Eric, and we have agreed on the amount for the AC cleaning already. But then when they see Eric, they kind of like, ma'am, you need to get the AC charge for this, ion, I think. And they mentioned several things like, your AC really need a deep cleaning, which can cost you such and such, or they're gonna use a certain chemical for it, for the cleaning rather, and it's way more expensive than what we agreed on. And that's skin tax right there. Also, we saw a vlogger vlogging about this, his trip. He's riding a tricycle, and at first the driver was saying only 50 pesos, and when he gets to his destination, he was saying, "Oh no, sir, it's 500."
Yes, so in conclusion, there's a major risk here in the Philippines, And that risk is that if you are a victim of a perilous event, you will not be made whole. This is because of the lack of adequate insurance coverage available.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a general sentiment of not filing lawsuits for damages. This, coupled with the lack of adequate insurance coverage, will tend to make one sustain a risk of substantial losses. Now, if you have any experiences that you would like to share with us about this kind of situation, please do so in the comments and we'll take a look below.
Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we upload a new one. Once again,
This is Eric,
and this is Cindy.
signing out.